All right, folks. So ICE is in Charlotte, and this has been a somewhat trending topic for the last week or so. And so I want to get into this a bit here. ICE and Border Patrol agents are already assaulting U.S. citizens in Charlotte, North Carolina, and pretending it's routine. A man was stopped twice by agents. He showed his ID the first time, and they left. Then another group rolled up, smashed his window, ripped him out of his car, and assaulted him, even as the victim and the man filming yelled that he had already proven his citizenship. Only after brutalizing him and illegally detaining him did the agents realize he was a citizen and let him go. WCNC has confirmed the incident and interviewed the victim, verifying exactly what happened. So we're going to see this from a few different angles. First, this is from the Good Samaritan, I guess you could say, the guy who's trying to get them to stop as they're dragging him out of his truck.
Again? Oh, what the fuck?
Back up, sir. Back up.
I'm backed up. I'm backed up.
Hey,
I'm backed up. What happened?
again.
What happened?
Get the fuck out of here, man.
They just ID'd him. They just ID'd him. The other guys. Don't you fucking guys coordinate with each other? They just ID'd him. They just ID'd him. You broke his fucking windows. There was another truck that was here and ID'd him already. The fuck is going on? Just show me your ID again. This is bullshit. What the fuck?
Hey.
Fucking scum of the earth, man.
What the fuck? Indeed. So now let's take a look at the news report of this event.
Video capturing the moment federal agents smashed their way through a driver's side window looking for undocumented migrants Saturday morning.
Border officer is very angry. I feel like too scary, you know.
Willie Acetuna found
Just to pause, this is what arrogant scum this administration is too. You notice how they come up with these cute names for everything: alligator, Alcatraz, Charlotte Web. This is the kind of arrogance that just alienates people. Like, this is the kind of just scumbaggery
I didn't
and
even know about
trolling
that.
yeah, they call it Charlotte Web. Very, 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 very clever.
himself at the end of an agent's baton while shooting this video. He says he knows why he was targeted.
This is not looking for criminals, really looking for Latino people.
He suffered minor injuries and agents did not arrest him, he says, for one major reason.
I got papers in the country.
Border Patrol officials fanned out along South Boulevard and east of Charlotte. Some witnesses telling us suspects were chased down on foot and by car as officials swarmed the area. Latino businesses along South Boulevard were locked up and dark. Many chose to close up, funneling many of their employees out the back door. Those businesses who remained open faced empty stores.
Some of the business on this shopping center is closed today.
Anselmo Martinez just opened an ice cream parlor 2 weeks ago, which Saturday looked more like a ghost town. He said many in the community are too afraid to come out, including his 12-year-old son.
He's nervous. He's afraid something happened to us.
Now, of course, the Chud's response to all this, well, if you're not illegal, you got nothing to worry about. Well, that's obviously not true. You just saw it happen to this guy. Not only does this guy have papers, guess who he voted for? Donald Trump. Now he's asked about that vote.
You told me that you voted for President Trump in 2024. Do you regret that decision? ¿Te arrepientes esa decisión?
Yes, 100%.
Why do you regret that decision?
That's because it's nothing that's true. It's not true. You know, and the first time he says something, and now, example, in the Latino people, we see everything is different. And the first time, example, he say he go to catch the delincuentes. Criminals, yeah. And right now, he don't follow to criminals. He go to specific to Latino people. Why Latino people? Because in the last Saturday, example, behind to me, I see the white people, the black people, and some people, Indian people, and Chinese people, and me. The DHS come specific to me and catch to me. Not other people, because don't care to other people, specific Latino people.
Yep, and that's why all of the gains that Donald Trump made with Latino voters were completely erased in 2025, and they're going to be erased and then some at this rate in 2026. No doubt.
The whole
in my
Republican
mind.
Party, man, lost a
course.
generation of Latinos with this.
Yep. Charlotte, North Carolina reels as 81 people arrested in immigration raids. Many communities in Charlotte, North Carolina were reeling after federal Customs and Border Protection teams descended on the city at the weekend and arrested at least 81 people, while normally thriving immigrant enclaves and business districts came to a standstill. Federal agents were deployed in what the Department of Homeland Security, the parent agency of CBP and ICE, calls Operation Charlotte's Web, sparking protests. For the first time in 28 years, the popular Manolo's Bakery closed for the weekend. Our city has gone from a thriving city to a standstill, Charlotte City Council member-elect J.D. Mazuera Arias said in a telephone interview as he drove to the bakery to be in solidarity with his community as people came out to demonstrate against the crackdown. So here is footage from freedomnews.tv, Oli a Scootercaster. For the first time in 28 years, I will be closing the bakery, and I don't know when I'm going to reopen, spoke Manolo, the owner of Manolo's Latin Bakery in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Very sad. I think anyone who has feelings, anyone who says and loves God, shouldn't be against the family separation. And that's the worst thing. You know, forget about the money I'm not going to be making tomorrow. Forget about if I get behind my taxes. Forget about, you know, if I don't get the money to pay the rent this month. What we're never going to be able to change is all those children that lost their fathers and their mothers today, man. You know, they are our most precious treasure. They are our future, and they're the one that we need to protect. So insanity and humanity is what came to Charlotte today. It will be one of the darkest days in our Charlotte history.
So you see how, you know, everybody pays for this, right? And this is a large part of why the Latino community at large is turning on the Republican Party. Because for all the chuds talking about how it's only illegals, well, obviously, no, it's fucking not. Because when they make mistakes, quote unquote, and brutalize people who are citizens and people who have papers, that has a chilling effect on the entire community, where now businesses are closed. So now you're costing people money. Now they gotta, figure out how they're gonna get bills paid, because people who have nothing to do with the immigration system at all can't just go and do business as usual without fear that they're going to get mixed up in this. So this is how you get an entire community to turn against you. And frankly, everyone should turn against them for this. Speaking on the phone from one of the laundromats he owns in East Charlotte on Saturday morning, David Rebelloso fought back tears. "I'm heartbroken, really," he said, adding that his business has gone down significantly in the last week as reports circulated that CBP was coming to town. Many of his customers are construction workers who use his coin-operated machines to wash their weekly laundry. In a press statement released on Sunday morning, the advocacy organization Siembra North Carolina said Saturday was when the most immigrants were arrested in a single day in state history. "This is what I voted for. Shoot it into my veins." These incidents include citizen reports of landscapers accosted in a suburban neighborhood in East Charlotte while putting up Christmas decorations. Let's take a look at that incident.
¿Eres, señor? ¿Tú eres ciudadano americano?
We're federal agents are here to enforce immigration laws.
Good morning. Señor. Señor.
Again, these guys are just out there harassing workers. These aren't like suspects of anything. They just see brown people doing their jobs and pull over and decide they're going to harass them for their paperwork. Who carries paperwork on them when they're doing manual labor? I don't keep my when I go to do a manual project, I don't keep my wallet. You keep your pockets empty. Like what? Like it's just fucking insane. There they go in their unmarked minivan. They pull over, they harass them, and they leave. Listen to this.
Get the hell out of my yard.
Assholes.
Assholes. That's not a Latino. That's a down-home country woman. Sounds like a white woman. Sounds like a MAGA woman. Not to profile, but she's not liking that. Yeah, who would? So you pay people to come and landscape your lawn, and then these fucking goons pull over and start harassing them for their papers. Like, what effect does this have on the community at large? Latino, non-Latino, anybody who's not a deranged fucking maniac is going to be outraged by this. And there aren't enough deranged maniacs in the country to constitute a political majority. There just aren't. Here's another angle on this. Here's another incident of the trespassers just coming onto people's property and harassing people doing work.
You remember which hospital?
Lakeside or Lakeview. It's over there in
Okay, cool. I appreciate you chatting with me, man. I'm just...
Yeah, no, it's all
just
good.
out here.
You gotta do a job, so you gotta do.
This guy's very diplomatic, the guy up on the roof. He says, no, I know, it's all good. I know you guys are just doing your job. Just doing your job? This is America. It's the fucking United States of America. You got goons coming onto private property for absolutely no reason. Yeah, in mask, with no reason to be suspicious at all, asking where you're from. That's America? That's don't tread on me? That this is a free country?
No, I got you. How about you, sir, in the hat? What's your name?
Caleb Hunt. I was born in St. Charles Hospital, Luland.
Okay.
Going around asking these people where they're born, as if it's any of your fucking business. You have absolutely no rights to do that. None.
And you, ma'am?
My name is Pamela Gabriel.
Huh?
Pamela Gabriel.
Okay. Where were you born at?
Ecuador.
Ecuador?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a passport and visa?
Yes, sir.
Again, what the fuck? Like, what gives you the right to say that? Like, is she a suspect? Do you know who this person is? Do you have any reason to believe they've done something wrong? Like, it's incredible.
Would you mind if I take a look at it?
Yeah, no
Take
problem.
a look at it. I'm up on the fucking roof. I'm on a fucking roof. What, I gotta climb down off the roof and go show you my passport? Who carries their passport with them? Like, what?
Okay, awesome. And you, sir?
I'll say, sure, I got it here. Why don't you come up on the roof and I'll show it to you? That's what I said. Yeah, okay, I got it right here. I'm working, so you come here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was born on Go Fuck Your Mother Boulevard. It's at the corner of your father's a Cuck Street.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I would have said, yeah, sure. There's a ladder on the side of the house. Why don't you come up here? I'm working. I don't have time for this. You're on the clock. I'm on the. We're both working here. So you come up and show it. I'll show it to you. Look at this. Unbelievable. Not an isolated incident. Here they are again. A group of ICE CBP in American flag masks, that's a metaphor, are going around and stopping people randomly in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm spitballing here. Stopped due to a brownish hue of epidermis. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Back up.
I'm good.
I'm gonna need you to back up.
You just walk closer to me, sir.
Another guy doing his job. See, this is what happens when you force middle-aged white people to wear a mask at Applebee's for 6 months 5 years ago. This is the kind of reaction you get society-wide. I mean, could you imagine if any of those people were just stopped at their workplace and asked to show their papers, right? I mean, just absolutely despicable. Here we go. Why children are in fear of ICE in North Carolina. ICE is Trump's private army. So here's like a charity daycare type center.
Report! The ICE is on campus. Everybody inside. Doors closed. We're not letting anybody in. You put up barricades.
Those were the scenes here in Charlotte, North Carolina, when Border Patrol was spotted on the premises of this nonprofit, which provides child care services for the children of refugees and immigrants.
they do not honor children. They do not care about the humanity of children.
But this nonprofit is not letting fear stop them from making a difference. We've seen volunteers all day packing up items, donated items like beans, like oil, cereal. Come look over here, water, coffee, milk. Everyday goods that parents are afraid to go out of their homes to get for their children in fear and uncertainty that they might not be able to come back home.
We have had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people either donating, volunteering. We also want to make sure that our families know that when they're home right now, afraid and scared and feeling like they have to stay in, there's people who have that privilege who are all around the city coordinating and doing things for them.
Now, in a statement, the Department of Homeland Security has denied targeting a daycare center, but we got a hold of some footage showing Border Patrol agents on the premises of this nonprofit, Outrage for Kids.
What you're seeing right now is security footage provided to MS Now from Outrage for Kids, which says that this footage depicts Border Patrol agents parking in their parking lot, something they say has happened multiple times this week.
And the need for this food is so great right now because we just got numbers from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Public School District, which showed that as many as 30,000 students were absent from school this week, a full 20% of the student body.
There are kids that just want to talk about Pokemon and K-pop demon hunters. They want to talk about their Halloween candy that they brought for lunch. They want to talk about what the read aloud book is. You know, they want to just be children, and we're robbing them of that. We are robbing them of the opportunity to just be innocent.
Yep. Now, let's say you're not an immigrant. Let's say you're not even Latino. Let's just say you care about the price of goods in the store. Let's say you care about the business community being able to thrive. I submit this for your consideration. Susie Rizzio tweets, the farmers of North Carolina, like this man, is telling you when you go to try and buy his fruit and vegetables grown in North Carolina, you won't be getting much because there will be a shortage since there won't be enough workers to help harvest them this year because of the ice raids. Now, again,
what about the Medicaid recipients?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They were going to put them out in the fields.
Yeah. Can't those Medicaid recipients or those SNAP recipients go out and pick strawberries? Maybe Batyang Sargon could come to North Carolina and pick strawberries for the season. Now, once again, to preempt the charge, well, this guy shouldn't be hiring illegals. There's no evidence of that. We just showed you, 4 different videos of ICE agents just going and harassing people at work at random, whether they're citizens or not. They just smashed the guy's window.
Again, hey, if you're really concerned about that, you don't have to hire any new agents. You don't have to build any new facilities. You go after employers.
Right.
Done.
Exactly.
Done.
Exactly. So here he is explaining.
Carolina, and I can tell you for a fact that these raids will not make our state more safe, but they will make it more expensive, and it will be a stain on all of us. In May, when we start harvesting strawberries after the toll of deportation raids and the psychological trauma inflicted on the Latino communities continue to fester, farms like us aren't going to have our usual labor. We've already been told there's going to be a shortage. I spoke with one farmer who's posted locally for jobs harvesting produce for 10 years, and he's never had a local person apply. He doesn't even know what he's going to do next year. The people being rounded up are hardworking individuals, not criminals, and the blunt force tactics are only meant to make people afraid. They're not targeted, they're biased against people who don't look like me. Many of the people affected are working on our farms, building our houses, constructing our roads. They're the hardest working people I know. They're humble and kind with actual family values. I believe a day of reckoning will come, but unfortunately not just for the people perpetuating this awful tragedy, but for us as a country for letting it happen. Have the day you voted for.
Yep. Now here's Wall Street Apes, a moron account. So this is the kind of chud account I was telling you about. This is their line on this. Uptown Charlotte, North Carolina job sites reported empty due to ICE raids. They act as if this is a good thing. Why? Because not a single worker is there. All workers were illegal. No, it does not mean all workers were illegal. It meant all workers don't want to be harassed by masked goons with guns on them for doing their job. That's what that means. This is happening in all 50 states. Yeah.
Who clearly have less training than the average Target checkout counter worker.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So they actually post this as an own, as if this is a win. Empty job sites. I'll kill the music just in case. Empty job sites. Yeah, no, that's what you voted for. This is making America great again, bringing entire towns and cities, ironically, into lockdown mode. because they can't go out of work. I thought you guys were against lockdowns. I thought lockdowns are. I thought that's Nazi shit. I thought that's totalitarian. No, no, no. It's okay when brown people are locked down. I guess. Right. But when white people are asked to stand 6 feet apart at a 7-Eleven, that's a time for revolution. But no, brown people can be terrorized into staying home all day, not going out, dropping their kids at daycare, not going out picking up supplies, not going to work. This is what they're afraid of. ICE Border Patrol agents assaulted and kidnapped a U.S. citizen, then dumped him on the side of the road 2 miles away. So, this is what those workers were afraid. This is why they didn't show up. Not because they're illegal, because of shit like this, because of citizens being treated like this. Let's take a look.
Yeah. Mira cómo me tienen. Mira cómo me tienen la verga, bro. Mira cómo me tienen, güey. Mi cartera, culero. Mi cartera. Mira cómo me hacen. Dios de su puta madre, güey. Mira. Mira, güey.
Look at that. They drive him out to the middle of nowhere. They see who he is. They give him his shit back, throw it on the floor. They leave.
Chinga su puta madre. Chinga su puta madre, bro.
So that's why that job site is empty. Not because everyone there is illegal, but because citizens can get treated like that. Or worse. These ones who don't get actually detained, they're the lucky ones. They're the lucky ones. What do we say? 170 were actually detained so far, and that's probably an obsolete number by now. That number came out some time ago. Well, once again, folks, the kids are all right. 30,000 students just walked out in Charlotte to protest ICE. All right, so here's another protest. This was a little less civil. This has some colorful language here. Here's Border Patrol confronted by locals and protesters at Compare Foods supermarket in Charlotte, North Carolina.
¡La chingada de aquí! ¡La chingada de aquí! ¡Órale, no nos queremos!
What the fuck are you doing? Border Patrol! Border Patrol's out! Warning!
We're conducting immigration inspections to answer your question.
Get the fuck out of here!
We're not going to, okay, ma'am? We're not going to.
All right, well, we're not going to stop either then, because it's our call. Border Patrol! Border Patrol!
No vengan aquí al compadre, raza. Vayan a sus casas.
Get the fuck away, motherfucker! Half of y'all look like beaters anyway! Get the fuck out of here!
Get the fuck up out of here! Hey, I don't like the way. I don't. Suck my dick! No, I'm not going to. Suck my dick! I'm not going to.
Suck my dick. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Not right now. Not right now. What's your phone number?
Came off, Adolf.
What's your phone number? I'll meet you later, but not now. Not with everyone around. Not going to.
No vengan
There's a
aquí al...
glory hole at the Jackson Road. Meet me there.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on here? Why is this shit?
Vayan a sus casas.
Get the fuck away, motherfucker! Half of y'all look like beaters anyway! Get the fuck out of here!
Get the fuck up out of here! Hey, I don't like the way. I don't. Suck my dick!
I don't like the way you're talking to me. Suck my dick. There you go. There you go. So yeah, I mean, that's what you have in Charlotte, North Carolina. And you wonder why the whole country is turning on you. It's not just immigrants. It's not just Latinos.
No,
it's everybody. When you terrorize a city like that, look at what you're doing to the whole community. You got people can't open their businesses. Workers can't go to work. People have to stay home. They can't drop their kids at school. Like, you're just creating an atmosphere of terror. How is this good for anybody? In order to believe this, you just have to be a sadistic moron to think that this is helpful in any way. So you see something like this and you ask yourself, gee, how did the Republicans just give the Obama coalition back to the Democrats? This is how.
Yep.
This is how. Because it's not just Latinos. It's not just, I mean, this extends to everybody. And you saw the city respond. You got homeowners, the white, though, down home country lady, the homeowner telling, like, get that assholes. Because how is that making her life? How are you making her life better? How are you making her safer? How are you making her more prosperous? By going down there and shaking down the people who she hired to do her lawn. Like, it's just, it's so unbelievably destructive. And you see now the community response is what is encouraging, even in a city like North Carolina. There's a Senate race coming up in North Carolina. You think the Republicans are going to win that Senate race this year? You don't think these communities are going to turn out in overwhelming numbers by huge margins to vote against the party that they feel is responsible for this? They don't even have to like Democrats. Democrats have an approval rating in the 20s. Does not matter. Does not matter. They are going to come out and vote against this to the extent that they can. Obviously, I'm not saying that the put a Democrat in control and these problems go away, but this goes away. This goes away. Like you can't vote again. You can't vote for a humane immigration system. You can vote against that. You can vote against that. We didn't see that 2 years ago. We didn't. If we're being real, no, we did not. They hold the Republicans responsible for this, as they fucking should. And they're going to make that opinion known next year. Sure as I'm sitting here.
Yeah. This is just really the counterpart of the Democrats' identity politics, which is of a different kind. This is white identity politics. A lot of people have said that's what the Republicans are. It's exactly what they are. In both cases, the reason they need identity politics is they're not going to do shit for you economically.
Right.
They do not want you talking about economics. They do not want you talking about class. And they certainly do not want you coming for their donors or for the people who their careers rely upon, which are basically the same people. You know, you just saw Eric Adams go to Israel. What's that about? That's about lining up his next gig. It's not for New York City. He's out of office in a month and a half.
Right.
No deals he's going to be able to make. He's a lame duck. He's got one foot out the door. That's lining up his next gig. How do they get you to vote for them in that case? On both sides, they've got to play on issues of identity to obscure what they really are. Because what you have to remember, in the end, if you ever rode horses, you ever drove horses, something you find out the first time you have a horse spook is your control over the horse is psychological. They don't understand how strong they really are. When they get scared, that bit won't stop a horse. That bit won't stop. They'll fucking run right through that. Your control is psychological. That's what the workers are, man. It's fucking billions of us. It's a few thousand of them. The control they have is purely psychological, and they know it. They know if that group ever rushes, they're not going to be able to control it. So all of their efforts are aimed at breaking down workers mentally and dividing them against each other. This is just the Republican GOP version of it that's designed really to appeal to white people. Then you have the Democrat version that is also designed to appeal to white people, but a different kind of white person and minority groups who are terrorized by this. We're terrorized by this. This is such a gift to them. Yeah, it is kind of amazing because you see this Latino who voted for Trump. Yeah, man, if they had gone forward with this, this is something Democrats won't tell you. The foulness of human nature knows no race. You have a lot of people who were perfectly happy to support the oppression of other people. They just didn't think they were on the menu, right? Now they found out they're on the menu. They're not going to get to pull the ladder up behind them like they thought they were going to. They thought the Republicans actually liked them. No. As we'll see in our next segment, No, they never liked you. They used you. They don't actually like you. And in the end, their core base, as they see it, are this disaffected, very racist white working class. That's the audience that they're playing to. And in order to play to that audience, they need to brutalize you whether you voted for Trump or not.
Yeah. And as you said, they had an opportunity, and I wrote a whole article about this. They had a historic opportunity to redraw the political map in terms of the demographic composition of each party. That
Yep.
guy voted for Donald Trump. You think
Yep.
he's not going to go out and vote for whatever idiot the Democrats are? Of course he is.
Of course.
Of course he
Any.
is. Yeah. Who wouldn't? Like,
Right.
who wouldn't in his situation?
Well, this is where, hey, man, you want to see it in real time because in our generations, we haven't really seen Bull Connors. We haven't seen that in our lifetime. So I think a lot of white liberals are, we throw up our hands when we see communities just follow the lead of, who's the guy who down in South Carolina? Who in the primary, Jim Clyburn.
James Clyburn, yeah.
They just follow whatever Jim Clyburn tells them to do. And I think a lot of white liberals will say, why do they listen to these corrupt congressional black caucus people? Because they actually, a lot of them have living memory of these kinds of experiences, of this kind of thing being inflicted on their community. I'm sure after this, a generation from now, people will not understand why no Latino will ever buck the local Democrat, because they're going to have forgotten this is why.
Right. Of course. Absolutely. That is definitely the effect that I think this is going to have.
Please clap.